The YSL trial has now been put on pause for two reasons. Here's what you need to know. Today we saw reports of Young Thug has been taken ill and was transported to the hospital on Thursday. His attorney said in court the rapper was being evaluated and that he has no idea on what his current condition is. With the second reason of the trial being paused is from actions made inside of the courtroom during the last hearing. Young Thug's life is in serious trouble due to the YSL case. Out of 28 members in YSL that were arrested on RICO charges, 13 members have now turned on Young Thug and started snitching on him. As prosecutors have outlined in court files, they want Young Thug and Young Thug only. They don't care about all of the other small-time YSL members, as they only want the kingpin Young Thug. As lawyers in court revealed that Young Thug is about to lose his life in this RICO case, as Young Thug has shown in the courtroom on what this RICO case is doing to him mentally, banging his head on the table while hearing his own men starting to snitch on him in the courtroom. That was Young Thug's reaction to the judge revealing to him that YSL Woody created a proffer deal snitching on him, even as shared by DJ Academics, who tweeted, "Truth teller YSL Woody popped out on the gram last year after cooperating with police for 3 hours in solving 50 crimes, telling on Young Thug, YFN Lucci, and others." Ironically, in his caption, he claims that he didn't cry or cooperate. Just as his tweet stated, before YSL Woody became a snitch, he posted this to his Instagram in 2021. "I sat in jail days, nights, months, years. I didn't know my outcome. I didn't call on God. I didn't cry or cooperate. I started working and understanding myself, realizing who I am and what I'm worth. Jail gave me time to think, grow, and understand. Only point I have to prove is showing my people that whatever we put our mind to, we can do it. Stay away from bad energy, focus, and believe in yourself." Taking a photo right outside of the YSL mansion that is owned by Young Thug. It's important to remember that YSL Woody was the first snitch in the YSL RICO case. Evidence backing that claim is that when the prosecutors mentions this in the first ever YSL court hearing,
he's the one directing traffic. He is the one they're all afraid of. He's the one that's King Slime. He is the most dangerous of the 28, Judge. And I implore you not to grant him a bond. He is dangerous. If he gets a burner, Judge, and the court may know this, a lot of the communications that Mr. Williams is on FaceTime, because it's not traceable, it's not trackable. Judge, I will also say that we have taken proffers from fellow from Mr. Williams. Some are on this indictment, some are not. They have stated uniformly that Mr. Williams is dangerous. They are afraid of him, that if they cross him, he will them and their family. And they were very clear about that.
Concerns that this court has is danger to persons and to intimidate other witnesses and obstruct the administration of justice. So and for those reasons in the aggregate, I'm going to deny bond at this time.
When the prosecutor mentions that he already has a YSL member creating a proffer deal, that is YSL Woody. It was also at that court hearing where Young Thug's official charges would be released to the world. as Young Thug is being charged with team involvement, narcotic charges, possession of firearm charges, possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony, possession of a fully auto, 3 separate charges of unlawful for person employed by or associated with criminal street activity. Then to end it off, Young Thug is being hit with the Racketeer Influence and Corrupt Organizations Act, otherwise known as the RICO charge. A few days after Young Thug's charges were released at the first court hearing, YSL would then have 2 to 3 snitches adding more charges to Young Thug's resume. As it states, in the name in behalf of the citizens of Georgia, do charge and accuse Duke, Yak Gotti, and Jeffrey Williams, aka Young Thug, with the offense of possession of a firearm for the said accused in the state of Georgia in the county of Fulton on the 9th day of May 2022 did unlawfully possess a firearm with a converter switch and extended mags. As during the YSL mansion raid, this is where they found narcotics, firearms, and switches inside a Young Thug's bedroom. While the charges are concerning, it doesn't help that even more snitches are coming out. This is what is making Young Thug in critical condition. With 13 current snitches, one name sticks out: YSL rapper Gunna, who was caught snitching on Young Thug in 4K to be released early.
You agree or acknowledge that statements are true, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
I became affiliated with YSL around 2016. Is that true as it pertains to you, Mr. Kitchens?
Yes, ma'am.
YSL is a music label, and you have personal knowledge that members or associates of YSL have committed crimes in front of you.
Yes, ma'am.
You were present when law enforcement officers stopped a vehicle in which you were present along with Jeffrey Williams, wherein hydrocarbons and a firearm were recovered. These items did not belong to you.
Yes, ma'am.
And do you acknowledge the following statement? I recognize, accept, and deeply regret that my talent and music indirectly furthered YSL to the detriment of my community. YSL again. Is that your statement or acknowledgement?
Yes.
With Gunna's snitching video now going viral on social media, it wouldn't be long until rappers started reacting, as one of Young Thug and Gunna's best friends, Lil Baby, would speak his mind about how he feels with them in lockup. As Lil Baby says, and I quote, "He is like one of my personal friends, so we talk on the phone. Me and Gunna were like neighbors, you know what I'm saying? So for them to be in this situation, I don't really like to talk to them. I do kind of miss them a bit for sure though," as it wasn't long until we would even see NBA YoungBoy tap in. Thousands of fans were asking his opinion on the YSL case and Gunna snitching, where he had this to say.
Don't call me asking me about what I think about the situation or do I think snitching. I honestly don't give not one. I ain't got nothing to do with that.
At this time of YoungBoy reacting, this is when Gunna would be released from prison, as then it wouldn't be long until Tekashi 6ix9ine would tap in, as he hopped on a Clubhouse call with Wack 100, where he explained that Young Thug is now in a terrible situation due to Gunna snitching in a plea deal.
So me pleading guilty is only making it worse for my man. I'm saying I was there. Yes, I did it. I plead guilty. I am guilty. I am guilty. Anything you said in that courtroom is going to be used against your man, my man. That shit is open.
Just a week after that call, 6ix9ine then met up with DJ Academics to share even more thoughts on Gunna snitching.
He just implicated YSL being so now he's home, right? All the people who's locked up, like Jeffrey, like Young Thug, now he can't go with that defense. He can't go with the defense of saying, I'm a record label.
With Gunna, YSL Woody, and others now snitching on Young Thug, the evidence is stacking up fast, as what we are witnessing is a complete takeover of the rap industry by the Atlanta DA. She is offering amazing proffer deals to these YSL snitches, asking for any information on any rapper in Atlanta, as these YSL snitches have now even mentioned Lil Baby, as DJ Academics reported that Lil Baby, as well as members of 4PF, are next up on the Atlanta DA RICO list.
An in-depth investigation. Recent months you've had 2 high-profile racketeering cases. There are going to be more.
Over the next 60 days, you'll see 2 more.
Now this would even get reactions from Lil Baby himself outside of an airport.
How you going, Lil Baby? Lil Baby. Lil Baby, how's Young Thug doing? I know
Give some space, man. Give some space, please.
Just want to see how they holding up good?
Sure.
All right. Love what you're doing, man.
Young Thug's lawyers have warned him many times that his best friends could be getting involved in this RICO case due to their ties in the rap game. However, what Young Thug didn't know is that YSL members would then try setting him up inside of the courtroom in front of the judge so then he would get more charges. As it was announced in an emergency court hearing, my colleague Mark just obtained surveillance video that shows the moment prosecutors accuse Young Thug and his co-defendant, Khalif Adams, of conduring a hand-to-hand deal in the courtroom. As the thread continues, prosecutors say the surveillance shows Adams walking over to where Young Thug is seated with his attorney. He then drops narcotics in his hand. A deputy confronts Young Thug and he turns the item over to authorities. When deputies searched Adams, they found him in possession of narcotics wrapped in plastic and food seasoning to conceal the odor. According to investigators, Adams was then taken to Grady Hospital after he appeared to ingest other items of contraband in an effort to conceal the extent of his crime with the courtroom. As prosecutors then filed a motion asking the court to make a finding of fact, that court was delayed on January 18th, 2023 because of the actions of defendant Williams and defendant Adams. To the final tweet stating, an attorney for Young Thug then responded to the allegations that his client was involved in the deal, with this audio of one of Young Thug's lawyers reacting to the allegations of the video being released online.
The reality is, Mr. Williams had nothing to do with what went on in the courtroom on yesterday. One of the co-defendants, on his way to the restroom, attempted to pass something to Mr. Williams, who immediately turned it over to the deputy.
He did not know it was allegedly Percocet?
Did not know. Well, we don't know what it is. Did not know what it was, turned it over to the deputy right away. The deputies took action. The individual who had the contraband, not Mr. Williams, was taken into the back.
Sources would then reveal more reasons why Young Thug's life is now in critical, as when Young Thug's lawyers argued for his release, which was quickly denied by prosecutors were waiting as they had something planned for this rapper. Now, Young Thug's Twitter account released a tweet stating, "I'm talking with my roommate and we're wondering if you could swim 100 miles from the middle of the ocean back to shore, at Michael Phelps." As prosecutors are alleging this tweet shares a secretive code inside of these words to YSL members in the free world to commit crime, as this is Young Thug's lawyer defending him in the courtroom.
Williams is in a jail outside of Fulton County. There are 0 cell phones in that jail.
That last tweet that was sent out to Michael Phelps is recorded. It's been investigated by the sheriff of that county, and it was a conversation that's recorded between Mr. Williams and a member of his close friendships, that he asked the other person who has control of his Twitter account. That is not a reason to...
Well, this is part of the conversation, Mr. Steele, and you and others are going to need to have with your clients, because this is part of the state's concern. I mean...
That was an innocent... That's nothing bad. Asking somebody to tweet to Michael Phelps, can you swim 100 miles in the ocean? That has nothing to do with intimidation. That ask you, Rico?
Well, if I can communicate through a family member or somebody else, then I can communicate something else.
Everything okay over there?
Sorry.
Yeah. Okay, your family was concerned that something was going on. You're fine, right?
Yes, I'm great.
Okay, cool.